Hey there, it's CJ of Life by the Moon Yoga, and I want to welcome you to today's collective energy reading for new moon in Sagittarius. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to my channel because I do these new moon and full moon readings every new and full moon. And I also offer really awesome new moon toolkits that come in the form of these readings, meditations, and yoga practices that are all specifically formulated to fit to the current moon placement. So today is all about new moon in Sagittarius, which is why I got my red on. Really feeling the Sagittarius energy. I'm a Sagittarius rising, and so whenever Sagittarius comes into play, I am always there for it. And I love the energy of Sagittarius because it's one of going for your dreams, of setting goals, dreaming big, being a go-getter, being strategic, being a warrior, and really just reaching for your goals. And it's an amazing energy that I think supports us all in some really beautiful ways. Now, in my last reading, we were talking about the full moon in Gemini, and we were looking at who was really running the show, right? So I helped you to really figure out what is blocking you that maybe you took on from childhood that you didn't realize was blocking you. And so now we're here at the new moon in Sagittarius, and we're coming through this solar eclipse portal. The new moon or the full moon in Gemini was a lunar eclipse, and that was when we kind of stepped in and we said, all right, what are we letting go of? What are we ready to leave behind? Who's been running the show up until now? And how am I going to take back control, take back my power, and be ready to move forward from this place of living in my full-on truth, right? So that's where we have come from. And now we're here at the end of the moon cycle, the new moon in Sagittarius. And the new moon energy is beautiful. It's fertile, it's alive and well, and it's this space where we can start to see, what are we ready to shed? What are we ready to fully let go of? And what are we ready to call in? So maybe you're ready to let go of those things that you shed a lot of light on during the Gemini full moon. Maybe you're ready to let go of people in your life who don't support you in reaching your goals. Maybe you're ready to let go of dreams that, seemed like they were gonna put you on the right track to where you wanted to be, but it doesn't seem like it's panning out. It's been really hard. You've met nothing but resistance, and not in that good way that's helped you build resilience, but in the way that kind of keeps shutting doors for you, right? So we need to understand that when we're moving towards our goals, sometimes things don't work out for a reason because we have something in mind and the universe has something bigger in mind. And it's going to be in alignment with everything that you've wanted to call in, but it's maybe not going to look like what you thought it was going to look like. So in today's reading, I want to help you to open and expand any spaces where you might be holding some blocks so that you can know, okay, this is what I need to work with so that I can move forward towards the goals that I'm setting, towards the dreams that I want to make come true in the year 2021. I also want to speak to some of the shadow sides of Sagittarius that could be holding us back as well. So Sagittarius is all about aiming the arrow, right? And going for what you want. And that energy is going to push you, but sometimes it can burn you out. So you might think that going for what you want in life means that you have to work harder than you've ever worked before and overwork yourself to the bone, right? Just burning the midnight oil, burning all of your energy to the point where you are exhausted. And it's understandable because when we first start to really grasp these dreams that we want to bring into reality, there's a lot of really exciting energy behind that. And I like to think that that is the energy of Sagittarius, is that excitement, right? That full-on intensity. However, when we're thinking about the goals that maybe it's going to take you a a month to reach, 3 months to reach, maybe 6 months or a year to reach. You can't go full on, full intensity for 6 months. You can't do it for a year because you have to honor your cycles. You have to honor the cycles within you, the cycles that tell you when it's time to rest, to retreat, to go inward, to recalibrate, like the new moon, or those cycles that do tell you, all right, full speed ahead, like the full moon. Here's that energy that you've been waiting for. Go ahead and let it shine, push for it. But then after that, you might need to start settling back down and taking some time to recalibrate again, and taking some time to go inward, some time to rest, which is super important and sometimes not easy for that Sagittarius energy to grasp. So you want to make sure that you are flowing with your cycles, that you are honoring where you are, and that during this new moon, you're taking time to set the intentions, to make the list, to make the plans, so that when you are ready to go full on, to really tap into your energy source, you can do that. You'll have the plan, you'll know exactly where you're going, and you can also rest knowing that you still have a plan, right? That you're still in alignment with your goals, with your dreams, and that you're on a track that's going to keep you going for the long run instead of making you burn out right away. And sometimes when you have huge goals and you really want to accomplish something, it can be extremely overwhelming. There's so many thoughts that might come to mind that, you might feel insecure, you might feel like stuck in a comparison trap with other people, looking at how far they've gone, looking at their end and comparing it to your beginning. And when you get into that place, the most important thing that you can do is break your goals down into bite-sized pieces and then just focus on mastering those pieces one step at a time. So that's the strategic energy of Sagittarius that you want to channel. Focus in on your target and practice until you hit it, until you meet it, right? So just taking your time to strategically end up where you want to be. So we're gonna work with some tarot decks today, some new ones. I actually just picked up this new one over the holiday, over Thanksgiving. I love this deck. It's the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterle, and I hope I'm saying her name correctly. So in love with this deck. It's amazing. I've wanted it for a long time. If you don't know who Lisa Sterle is, she's on Instagram. You can see all of the art that she's making, and you can check out her tarot deck. And then also we've got the Chakra Insight Oracle deck by Karen Songster. And this was my very first Oracle deck. And I remember when I was really getting into yoga in a really deep way, it was in my early 20s. I was getting ready to set my goals to become a yoga teacher and do my 300-hour training. And I got this deck. I just came across it in a metaphysical store. And I was like, oh, this is for me. And it really helped me to clear out some super big energetic blocks within me that were kind of holding me back from making the big move I was about to make, from making the decisions that I needed to make, and from really reaching towards my goals. So I thought that this would be a great deck for us to pull from today, just to channel into the collective blocks that we might be experiencing, where we might be experiencing those in our energetic body. And then we'll look to the Modern Witch Tarot deck just to sort of see, what is the nature of those blocks and what type of energy can we harness to move forward into 2021 as we set our goals, as we get ready to really just shoot for the stars, really go for it, because that's what this next year is all about. This year we had a lot of really intense events take place, both in the collective and probably in your personal lives as well. I don't think I know anybody who has gotten by unscathed this year in some way or another, but it's been beautiful because it's helped us to see, what have we been holding down? What have we been kind of pushing under the rug, holding under the surface, denying, not wanting to look at? And also, if we're going to kind of come back to this energy of Sagittarius season and the new moon in Sagittarius, where have we been overindulging? Where have we been maybe putting too much of our focus, too much of our energy? And where do we need to find some temperance, some balance, so that we can just really master and control our energy and aim it in the direction that we need it to be in? So I just want to invite you all to drop in for a moment, drop into your body, drop into your energy. And I want to call in our guides. I invite you to call in whatever guides resonate with you that you have. And we'll just come together in this moment to really tap into each other's energy and get some insight on this new moon in Sagittarius so that we know where we can go next. So as we're dropping in, I'll go ahead and shuffle the cards and see what comes up first. All right, so I got two cards here. All right, so very fitting. We've got action as the first card. This is a root chakra card. And you see this woman, she's dancing, she's moving around. Some of the energies of this card are movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. And the card that came out beneath that was actually physical health, another root chakra card. Speaking on vitality, strength, body image, balance. So that says right away that we need to be fully grounded as we move into this next year. And the new moon is the best time to ground, to really focus on our physical strength. How are you taking care of your body? How are you taking care of your energy? And then this also comes back to that sort of shadow aspect of Sagittarius, where you might look to see, where are you overindulging? Where are you, it's the holiday season, so you might be letting yourself have more treats than you normally do, and that's totally fine. But just making sure that you're really paying attention to moderation over overindulgence, right? So choosing moderation instead, looking at maybe ways that you can get out, move your body. If you can't get out, if maybe you're in a space where you might be in quarantine, the weather might not permit, there might be other reasons why you can't get out of the house. So see if you can take on a practice in your home. You can do one of my yoga videos. There are many other yoga videos out there. There's workout videos that you can do. You might make up your own yoga flow, tap into your own flow and connection and creativity. Another chakra that is represented by Sagittarius is the Sacral Chakra. So that's all about creativity. Get creative around how you are going to take care of your physical health and well-being so that you can find balance, you can build your strength, you can tap into vitality. Because here's the thing that we often kind of forget is that if you have a business idea, if you want to start a business, if you want to go for a career and, go for a job that you've always wanted or anything like that, it's going to take you being at your physical best to show up to the job. That means getting proper sleep. That means making sure that you're nourishing your body, fueling yourself with the food that you need so that you can show up at peak energy every day, with the ability to really feel balanced in your body and your emotions so that you can make the decisions you need to make to move forward. There's so many aspects to that. And while we are souls that have bodies, we have those bodies for a reason. They're our tool in this realm, in this reality, in this 3D world where our bodies do matter, right? And I don't want to come at this from an ableist perspective. So, wherever you are, You want to make sure that you are caring for your body in the way that meets your needs so that you can work in the way that your personal body works best. So this goes for anyone, whatever abilities you have, wherever you are, it's always good to make sure that you're just doing what you can for yourself, right? And that's what's going to help you really step into this place of taking action. Physical action, mental action, whatever action steps you need to take to help you move towards the goals that you're setting. Right. So let's go ahead and just tap into the tarot and see, what is the nature of some of these physical blocks, maybe some energetic blocks that are making us kind of holding us back. Okay, so tapping into the tarot here, I've got the Eight of Wands. And so this is actually the opposite of holding us back. This is saying full speed ahead. This is saying go for your dreams. I love this deck because they're on a wide open road, and they have control. And also you look at the redness of the motorcycle, that also reminds me of the root chakra. They're grounded, they're really set in their goals and what they're looking to do, and they're going for it. Full speed ahead, Eight of Wands. This is all about looking at how you can take that energy, that fire, and use it to push you forward. So once again, you just want to make sure that you're balanced physically in your body so that you can show up and do so. You can take action. So that's actually a really good reading. It's telling us that, there's nothing really standing in our way except for us. The only person holding you back from taking this journey is you. So make sure that you feel ready and prepared to go for your goals. And then the last card I want to pull is just looking at what type of energy will help us moving forward. So is there anything else that we need to focus on, that we need to channel into? What type of energy is going to be really helpful for us moving forward? All right. So this card is one that many people fear, but it's one that I love. It's the Tower card. All right. So when I see this card, what it says to me is just making sure that we're both in reverence of the things that might fall apart in order for us to get to where we want to go. And we're also really honoring the fact that sometimes we work really hard to build something beautiful, right? Like this tower had a crown with a jewel at the top, right? And these people all put their energy into building this tower up, but then it all went down in flames. Accidents happen, things happen, and these crazy events take place that sometimes we just don't understand because we're like thinking we're on the right track, we think we're doing the right thing, and then all of a sudden everything comes crashing down and we start to think that we're the ones to blame, that maybe we're just not meant to have what we want to have. And that's not the truth. The truth is that the tower comes when it's time for us to begin again. So you might be in a place where maybe you need to look at what are you letting go of. Once again, this is the new moon. So what are you letting go of? Setting some goals for the future. Making sure that you are creating a plan around how you're going to take action. Giving yourself the opportunity to move forward full speed ahead and to dream big. Right? Because just because things fall apart doesn't mean you don't have the power and the opportunities to start again. And a lot of times what's happening in that tower moment is that there are things that are getting out of your way that you may not have you might not have the strength or the energy or the willpower or, the courage to let go of yourself. So sometimes the universe comes in and it gives us a hand in letting go of the things we need to let go of. So that is your new moon in Sagittarius read for this new moon. I hope that this was super helpful for you. I hope you got a lot of insight out of it. I hope that it's helping you to really look at the places in your life where you're ready to make some shifts. Maybe try to make those shifts before the universe makes them for you. Who knows? And, I also just want to encourage you to really dream big during this new moon. You are a powerful creator, and everything that you desire, everything that you can think of having, you're meant to have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to even think of having it. It wouldn't come to you. So just remembering that, allow yourself to dream big. What I like to do during the new moon is write down all of my intentions, big or small, and then I just set them aside. I kind of say, all right, I'm going to give this to the universe and see what seeds grow. And sometimes some of those seeds don't grow, and that's okay too. But you're planting the seeds, and that's the most important part. And then maybe, you take some time to schedule out your month and look at how you're going to take baby steps to work towards your goal. Maybe it's a bigger goal that's going to take you longer. So just making sure that you're breaking it down like we talked about earlier, and just give yourself a lot of love and compassion, because it's never easy to accomplish things that are super important. They take work, they take time, they take energy and commitment, but all of that is worth it, right? The spirit of the warrior is that they are constantly practicing and, perfecting their skills. And so give yourself a lot of forgiveness as you are perfecting your skills. Let yourself fail, let yourself fall, let yourself get back up and learn from all of that. Let yourself stumble, and then eventually you're going to create the resilience you need to thrive and to meet the goals that you set for yourself. So I'm sending you lots of love and moonlight, and be sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend if you have somebody in your life who maybe could use a little bit of help trying to unblock where they are right now. Just get some insight on where they are and how they can set some goals for themselves. And make sure to share this with a friend. And I will see you on the full moon.